So you are what you are in this world. That's either one or two things. Either you're somebody or you're nobody. Be right back.
Now that
isn't he just great in that movie?
That was just an amazing quote that he did. Now, again, it's not really 100% accurate, but it is a biopic, and that's what we're talking about in this topic is biopic films, what makes them biopic films, and just overall, what
absolutely.
And what do you feel are your top three and my top three, and where do we go from here?
Well, excellent. Yeah, welcome back everybody to Everything R&D, and in today's subject matter, we're going to basically talk about bio pic films.
Yes,
and this is something that also it goes into our debates all the time. So.
Yeah.
So I think the first question is what really defines a biopic, really? So,
right.
And basically if you kind of look up the definition of it, it's a feature film that dramatizes the life of a real person or group of people. But they're unlike documentaries, which generally prioritize factual, archival, or observational research.
Right.
Biopics are narrative-driven works that use dramatic license to convey the story, the character, the legacy of whatever the subject is.
Yes.
So, and then this leads on to another question, because when we talk about biopic films, it's like you can break them down into like several different categories. One being like the traditional one of more of like a historical movie about somebody that had an impact in just society for today.
Yeah.
And then you've got the musical versions.
There's a lot of musical
and
ones.
then there's the musical versions that really I think a lot more people resonate with, because music is like, I'm not gonna say the end all be all, but people really just love a good musical or a good story of a rise to fame kind of a thing, and
yeah,
especially somebody that's really kind of made it big in today's world.
And that's what we're dealing with today, right now in 2026 in the spring. And we have Michael Jackson, the Michael movie. The Michael movie.
And that's kind of what started this topic is now we got another one that's on the list, and I've yet to see Michael.
Yeah, I'm going to watch on my list. I'm going to watch it on Tuesday or Wednesday, because it's a matinee.
I've been hearing some really good reviews on it. And and growing up in the 80s, I was a big Michael Jackson fan.
Same.
Now I didn't have the jacket and the glove and all that stuff.
You didn't get that for Christmas?
I didn't get that, and I tried to learn the moonwalk, and I couldn't do it.
I did. I taught myself how to moonwalk. I was able to do it.
I was not very good at it, but yeah,
I can still do it.
And but musically, I love his music. I've always enjoyed Michael Jackson and even the Jackson 5.
Right.
Growing up with them, and I love hearing about their story and the family, and so I'm really looking forward to that movie. But I think that just really leads us on to like what are some other really great biopic films out there? Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk a little bit about our favorites. Probably going to be more along the musical version, but there's some other good ones out there that are more of the traditional sense that I think that are noteworthy, that I also want to pass on to people. But let's you want to just dive into?
Yeah. So the way Rocky and I discussed this was you can have historical figures, but we don't have anything to compare them to, right? So our main breakdown is there any type of audio or video of the real life person? That's number one, because we don't know what Abraham Lincoln sounded like. Lincoln was a great film. I liked Lincoln, but it's just like, we don't know what he looked like. We don't know what he sounded like. We don't have video proof or evidence of how he acted, walked, or spoke. The same thing goes for Wyatt Earp. All we have is the stories.
We have the legends of them,
Yeah, and he was around in the 1920s, but by then he's an old man. We don't have proof. Yeah. Versus, for instance, Austin Butler portraying Elvis Presley. We got a lot of Elvis Presley videos and music. Same thing goes for Johnny Cash.
I mean, the same thing does apply. Like, for example, if you look at Oppenheimer, right? There is evidence that he existed, and you have all of the the stories that people tell. Plus, you have his books and you have everything about him. So he is a fixture in history, and so it's not like you're gonna have like on the musical version of like let's say Johnny Cash and Walk the Line. But I agree with you when you got movies like let's say
Ali,
Gandhi.
Oh, Gandhi,
or 12 Years a Slave.
Well, 12 Years a Slave,
or Amadeus.
Yeah,
I mean these are characters that are
real people. But it's just like, what really do we have to base it on?
Yeah, there's not a lot of historical
value,
not value, but records.
Well, even George Washington, like the Delaware Crossing and all that. It's just like we don't have too much.
You're gonna have stories upon stories or books that were written about it that people go off of, and then of course you have all the previous movies, or you have different things that people believe happened. So it's a lot different than things that actually physically took place. Like let's say the movie Ray.
Exactly.
Jamie Foxx done that, but there's a lot of footage about Ray Charles. So it's it's different. So those are all some notables on there. Like for example, like let's say the King's Speech. It's that was it's a true story of King George so there's these movies out there. Like for example, one of my favorite ones on the traditional side is I Love A Beautiful Mind.
Russell Crowe
with Russell Crowe. He played
the Princeton professor.
John Nash, and and he struggled with schizophrenia, and so is there a lot of historical record about that? Probably somewhere, but not like you're going to find on something else. But once again, is it a biopic? Is it not a biopic?
Right.
So I think for this, I mean, unless you disagree with me, I think we'll stick to the musical side.
I mean, there is some like non-musical ones, and when I give it to you on my list, you're like, oh, okay. So like I for the musical ones, I was so hard because there are really two notable ones I'm going to give.
Okay.
And
what about the non-musical ones? Let's go there. Let's start there.
Non-musical ones, I just the ones that I wanted to do that were two musical ones were television movies. Okay. And they were made in two parts. Otherwise, they would have been on my list.
Okay.
The first one being the Temptations movie. Okay. That came out in 1998. You could watch it on Tubi.
Didn't they do wasn't there one called the Heartbeats?
The Five Heartbeats, but it's like a spiritual film. It's not a biopic. So the Temptations movie was based on Otis Redding, not Otis Redding, but Otis, and it was his book, his autobiography. Okay. And it was made into two parts, part 1 and part 2. Leon did a great job as David Ruffin. I just love it. The music's great in it. But again, it's a television movie and it's two parts. It's not a full biopic. It's a television miniseries, if you want to talk about it like that. And the second one that I had, and we were talking about Michael Jackson, is The Jacksons: An American Dream. My absolute favorite pick, but it's a television two-parter. So they're nods, but I can't put them on my list because it's not a film. It's a television miniseries.
Okay.
Yeah, but those were my notables. I love the music in both of those shows. The struggle, the abuse, the drug abuse in both of them, and it was just how they started and the price of fame on their families. I just love those movies, but I can't put them on my list.
No.
But the acting is superb.
Okay. Well, what about, so on the traditional side? I mean, those would be your top two for like the traditional side.
Yes.
Well, I mean, really, mine.
Mentions,
mine are movies. I said one. I love watching A Beautiful Mind. I thought that was just a great movie with Russell Crowe in it. That was 2001. So that's 25 years old already.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Others on my list, like these are movies that I can actually sit down and watch again today and just be thoroughly enjoyed with it. Is The Imitation Game.
Why does it sound familiar to me?
Imitation Game.
Explain that to me.
That's the one with Benedict Cumberbatch during World War II.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He was a mathematician genius. He played Alan Turing in the movie, and Alan Turing does exist, and he basically developed the system to crack the German Enigma coding machines.
The Enigma coding machine, yes.
So it was that, and then the story takes on afterwards, because he did. I don't know if it came out as homosexual, but they basically tortured him after that because he was homosexual.
Sad.
And it was just it just shows you what society is like, and I found it more heart wrenching, the fact that here you are doing something for your country, and basically because of your beliefs or your personal feelings, you get ostracized and you get punished, and then you got to go through. And then back then they were doing therapy sessions, for gay people, and it was just so heart wrenching, to think that here you are doing something that's valuable to your country, and everyone loves you for it, but then all of a sudden now you're being
ridiculed.
Yeah, it's just it's
sad movie.
Yeah, that's one of those traditional movies that I truly enjoy, and there's a bunch on the list that I really like Schindler's List and Oppenheimer, and I did enjoy Lincoln. So
yeah,
but that's my traditional side. Now my musical side, there's a lot more on there that I really love because there's so many. I mean, you can go back to the Buddy Holly story. Is
that the one with Gary Busey? Yeah,
Buddy Holly story. La Bamba is one of my favorites.
Oh, La Bamba.
There are just so many.
Love that movie.
And I love these movies because they especially on the musical side, because they show you the rise of their beginnings and where they were before they became famous, and then they're at their height of their fame. And then some of them even go on afterwards, to show you where they were afterwards.
Right.
And so I love these styles of movies. And there's just a lot of them on there, what's your go-to? Like, if you had to pick one right now to just go throw in your DVR.
Okay.
Or DVD.
So this one is a unique one that I chose because I like throwing curveballs out there, because is one of those that makes you think and question, is this a biopic? And the answer is yes, because the characters in the movie being portrayed are based on real people that happen in a real life event. So I'll give you an example. Now, this is not my choice. I'll give you an example of why I'm choosing the choice. So you could choose the 9/11 movie that was made in 2006 because it's based on an event. So I have an honorable mention as an event film, but it's a biopic, and it's Apollo 13.
Oh, there you go.
I love Apollo 13.
Yeah. See, there's another one
it's
there.
It's based on astronauts. It's based on an event, but it's not really a biopic of a specific person.
Yeah. And there's so many movies like that. Like that movie I could really throw on and watch over and over and over again.
That's the one I could put on and watch over.
And it's oh my God. I mean, there's so many out there.
Dude, the acting is amazing in Apollo 13.
That's I remember
music, everything.
Did you watch that in the theater? I did.
It was 1995. I was 9.
I actually went to go see it in the theater and was just blown away by it.
The special effects were great.
The moment that it came out on VHS, I bought it. DVD, I bought it. It's on my list of movies. I could watch that movie just over and over again.
It's fantastic.
Every bit of it, and all the actors on it, and then if you go behind the scenes kind of a thing, like a lot of the guys that were in Mission Control.
Yeah.
In the movie version of it, did you know that they used to have an annual reunion?
No.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I came across it on the internet one time, and they're like, "Yeah, celebrating the 20th anniversary of
Apollo 13.
The Apollo 13 cast, and it was mostly the guys that were in the mission control room that that they basically, it was such a fun movie for them to work on.
Did Ed Harris go? Because he was in there.
Oh, I'm sure at some points he went.
What about the guy that was a Terminator 2 that he got the blade shoved in his mouth? He was in there too. Yeah.
It's I mean, there's so many different actors on, and a lot of those guys were big famous, not famous, but they're great character actors.
Yeah, great names.
That worked, quote unquote, in the control room at the time. Ron Howard's brother, Clint Howard, was in it.
Yeah. He's the one that's like balding.
Yeah, and
it's a character,
and I, and that's another thing I love about Ron Howard is he got his family involved, but
his daughters, yeah.
Well, his mom was in this.
Who did his mom play?
In Apollo 13? You
Yeah.
don't know who his mom. You know his dad was in it too.
No, remind me.
Okay, so his dad. Let's start with his dad. So remember when the families were sitting there in the living room, and the suspense was going on, and the little boy was being held by the grandpa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's his dad.
Oh,
Right. And
okay.
so there's another movie that Ron Howard did with his dad. It's called Far and Away.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw Far and Away. Anyway,
Long time ago.
It was his dad's in that one too.
Nice.
But his mom was the woman in the wheelchair.
Oh, the one that said if he could fly a washing machine, he could land.
That's his mom.
That's his mother.
Yeah,
that was such a sad scene that they were looking for the channel to broadcast the Apollo, and nobody wanted to broadcast it.
and and that's so sad. That just happened. We were just talking about that the other day with the Artemis 2. I was telling people, I was like, do you guys realize how important? We could do a whole topic on this. I'm passionate about Artemis 2.
Artemis 2,
and then the 3, 4, 5. Because this is the first time in our generation, right?
We're seeing space travel.
I'm 50 years old, right? I was not alive at the time that the original Apollo missions were going on.
Right.
So in my lifetime, I have never experienced manned missions to the moon.
To the moon, yeah.
Right? And so when you hear about all the things that Artemis 2 was going to break as far as records and what was going on with it, and then to hear about 3, 4, and 5 coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
live streaming it.
Do you guys realize? And I was telling people, I was like, do you guys realize how historical of an event this is?
We're living in a very historical time.
And the media is trash. They did very little things to do it.
Isn't it the first female astronaut that's going to land on the moon too? Because there's only been men on the moon. So I think Artemis 3 is going to put a first
4
woman.
will be when they actually step foot on the moon.
Where they step foot on the moon, but they're going to put a female astronaut.
Yeah.
It's just like, where is the coverage behind this?
And they're not even talking about the moon base and everything like that.
Yeah,
So,
it's amazing.
And a lot of it has to do with the fact that media hates Elon Musk, and SpaceX and this and that. But I
hate politics.
It is stupid, but it's like this is historic events happening in front of our eyes.
Right.
And this is, if you want to inspire American kids to become scientists, to become engineers, to become
we need them
bigger and, get them involved, you got to give them reasons and
terraform Mars for us kids.
Well,
help us.
Mars is a different story, but even with the moon, but just to encourage kids, like
science.
Like I was in school when the Challenger exploded in '84.
Do you remember that live broadcast?
We were watching it.
You were, shit.
It was, they broadcasted that live.
You watched that in school happen?
Yeah, they rolled out the TV on the cart.
On the cart.
And they rolled out the TV on the cart, and there we are. We're watching it, and they went everything from it was like 2 hours long, and it was so cool because I was in middle school at the time. I don't know, probably 7th grade.
You weren't one of the evil kids that said, I hope that was my teacher on there.
No, it was no. No, actually, it was just the opposite.
Everybody was shocked.
They were like, oh, you could have been up on there. We were talking to our teachers and this and that. And it was so cool was because of how the media and society treated, science and engineering. We actually had, and my mom can tell you about this too. Mm-hmm. We actually had a school program that teaches you the fundamentals of being an astronaut, right?
Wow.
So the highlight of that class was that towards the end of the season or the end of the school year, you could have gone, if you raised enough money, obviously you had to raise the money for it.
Yeah.
Because the school wasn't going to pay for it. But you had to go out and fundraise and make your own money for it. And I didn't generate enough money, so I couldn't go. But it was an actual science class, and we would spend a week in Huntsville, Alabama at space camp.
Wow.
Did you ever watch the movie Space Camp?
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix is in that.
Dude, I was always jealous because I went to inner city school and I couldn't do anything like that.
But these are the things that I'm talking about that the modern media and
how old were you when that Challenger shuttle exploded?
So
you were in middle school?
I was in middle school. So what was that like? Was it blew up in what, 85?
I thought it was 86. I could be wrong. I do know that my so because you and I work for the same company, my coworker in New Jersey, she called out sick from school and she watched it happen live, the explosion. I was able to watch it on YouTube, like the live broadcast. And that just
it was 86.
It was 86. 1986.
January 28th, 1986. The
so
Challenger.
You were like what, 12?
Yeah, we'll go 12. Yeah, no, I was 12. Because I was in middle school. I was like
12 going on
7th
13.
grade,
Yeah.
7th grade in that area, and I don't remember because the way the school was set up, we always had to say. But it was literally the whole school. I mean, each room had a TV, and
were people screaming? Like do you remember? Was it chaos?
It was It was in
silence?
shock. It was in silence. It was like, what just happened?
Was there doubt? Like everybody's like, oh, maybe somebody's alive.
No. Well, really shortly after it did explode, the teachers ended up turning off the TV, and we'd have to like.
That's what happened with me. And when 9/11 happened in my school, we knew something was bad, and there was chaos in the lunchroom, and they turned off the televisions because the buildings were collapsing. But where I lived in my personal house, you could see the smoke coming over the Raritan Bay into Cliffwood Beach, New Jersey. Yeah, and it was just.
I mean, you were right there.
Yeah. But
it's a lot different if you're on the West Coast,
right? But when I see the Space Challenger explode and all that, that gives me the same vibes like that I had on 9/11. It's just like shock. Like what is this?
From the last Apollo missions in the 70s through today. I mean, we have, as a society, as an American society, not had positive influences. Right. And so all we have are negative influences, everything from like the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion, 9/11, the Gulf War happening. So there's all these negative things.
The Columbia shuttle crash landing.
That one too, the one that disintegrated on reentry.
Yeah.
So there's all these negative events that happen in our lives. And here it is, 2026, and we have a positive influence, a positive event, a positive thing that's going to take America and humanity to the next steps, and the media just shits on it.
Yeah,
really, they just crapped on it.
They crapped on it by saying that the only reason why the Artemis mission happened was because of China saying that they were going to go to the moon, and now we're in a space race again. But I'm like, can't you guys focus on the positives of it? Like, why do you have to?
This
so
is modern
negative?
media, and that's why. So I thank you guys for listening to us because we are not modern media.
No, we are just two guys.
It's just
exploring our opinions.
But anyways, going back, Apollo 13 is just a fantastic movie to.
Well, to close off on this, have you ever personally been to Cape Canaveral, Florida?
We went to Orlando. I took a childhood vacation there. What was that? About the same time, 86. I was 13.
Okay.
We went for the summer vacation, and we missed the flight by a few days.
Yeah,
we went to Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, Cape Canaveral. I went there 8 years ago, and they have they have a big memorial section for those that passed in Columbia and
Apollo 1.
Huh?
Apollo 1.
Apollo 1, the shuttles.
We went into the museum.
Yeah, so they have a memorial section, and they show all the astronauts.
So here's a funny, not a funny story, but here's the story on that. Is my mom took me and my brother Junior. We went to. She took us to Disney World in Orlando.
Okay,
and we stayed in Kissimmee.
Hey, I know that town.
So and I'm a young kid. So anyways, on that day, on that weekend, because we were there for like 2 weeks, and we chose because Junior wanted to go to Tampa. He wanted to go ride the roller coasters, right? So we went to Busch Gardens there in Tampa.
Yeah,
and so we chose Tampa first to go, and then we went to Cape Canaveral after. Had we gone it the other way around, we would have been in Cape Canaveral when the shuttle went up.
Wow!
And then we could have done. Yeah, but we didn't. We didn't know.
You didn't know. It was different.
Like, Mom didn't know back then, and you
didn't have the information that you do now.
Man, I mean, yeah. So, anyways, that was my story of Canaveral. I could have seen it live, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But living here in Arizona, have you been down south and watched the Falcon rockets fly out of Tucson?
Yes. So where I live, my balcony faced west, and Carla and I, we could see the space shuttle launches of the satellite launches, the Falcon.
Yeah,
9.
the Falcons.
Yeah, and it leaves a really cool trail. It's really interesting, and that's another thing too. Is like you would think Arizona would announce it or send like a little text message here and there. Nothing.
Oh, wait till they build a facility in Goodyear.
That's the rumor. We're gonna see. I know it's proposed.
Yeah.
If they do build a facility in Goodyear, that's gonna be amazing.
It'd be fantastic. So
well, they're building. You know, I mean, they're starting with what's the name of that Beaver gasoline station thingy?
Oh, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's, yeah. I mean,
apparently one's already
starting.
built. So yeah, it's
we're on the right foot here. So.
But yeah. So speaking of rockets, I'm gonna switch it up here and lead into my first musical.
Okay.
That's Rocket Man. I love Rocket Man.
Elton John.
I've been a big John. Well, I grew up in the '80s, right? So I'm an Elton John fan. Always have been. I love his music, and so and then I became a Taron Egerton fan from like the Kingsmen and all those before.
Correct.
That it was just a natural fit. So for example, have you ever like just looked at an actor and go like, God, he looks like he could be this person?
Yes. What's his name?
Because I got another one.
What's the name of the actor that plays Borat?
Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yes. Anytime I looked at him, I always said, he looked like the main singer of Queen.
No, you know who I said about that?
Who?
Was when I first was watching the, what's the Night at the Museums?
Night at the Museums.
With
Ben Stiller?
With Ben Stiller movies, right? Mm-hmm. He played the Mummy, King Tut.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, and when I first saw him in that movie, I was like, this guy can play
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Sacha Baron Cohen could play him.
He did.
Yeah.
That was Rami Malek. And he went and did.
There's something about Rami. It doesn't resonate with me as him being Freddie. I always felt like Sacha Baron Cohen. When I look at him and you look at the real Freddie Mercury, especially when he was like sick and ill, there's a picture of him clean shaven. He looks like Sacha. And that's my opinion. I when I look at him, I said that's Freddie Mercury.
I mean, I'm not opposed to Rami Malek playing the part.
Yeah,
I actually thought he did a good job.
Yeah.
That's another one of my movies I really enjoy watching.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's not
the best, but going back to Rocket Man,
I do enjoy that one. But there's so many musicals out there. I mean, when we go back to the '80s and up to now, like I said, there was the Buddy Holly story,
Great Balls of Fire, Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid was fantastic.
Winona Ryder,
and then of course you got La Bamba that was coming out at that time, and then Selena came out at that time. Well, late 90s.
Late 90s, yeah, with J-Lo.
And I got my whole story on that one, too.
There's two Selenas. I mean, but the thing is, they did it on Netflix with the girl from The Walking Dead. I forgot her name. But
the original one.
The original one. See, there's one person that has the most biopic films that's made of him, and that's Elvis Presley.
Oh, yeah.
There's been so many films about
3,000 Miles of Graceland.
Oh, God. That's classic with Kurt Russell and... Oh, wait a minute.
Nicolas Cage.
No. 3,000 Miles of Graceland had Kurt Russell and Wyatt Earp, Kevin Costner. Yeah. I just thought about that. The Earps were attacking each other in that movie. We just did an episode on that.
Yeah.
What the hell? Who's the casting director of that? What? Remember, like they were grabbing each other's hair in the in the jail cell and stuff like that.
It's just so many. There's just so many. I mean,
the lightning bolt hit my head on that.
Yeah, just now.
Wow. They played Elvis. I mean, if I had to choose a biofilm for Elvis, I do like Austin Butler.
I do like this version.
Yeah.
I may not have been a huge fan of Tom Hanks' character, but
the Colonel.
The Colonel.
Yeah, he did a little too much. He's like an Elver Fudd countryman or something.
I don't know.
It's like Elmer Fudd was in Nazi Germany. I can't get.
But I understand why they had to have that in there, because he was mean to Elvis.
Yeah,
he was brutally mean, and he took advantage of him, and he really did a number on him. And I think had the Colonel not been that much of an influence on Elvis,
controlling,
that Elvis would probably still be around.
He would be alive.
Yeah.
Did you like the Priscilla movie that Sofia Coppola did like a year or two after that movie?
No, I did not see it.
It's pretty decent.
So,
it's pretty decent.
And there's just so many. I mean, like they just did the Whitney Houston one. Movie, and then supposedly Madonna was going to have one, but that didn't happen.
Not yet.
So no, I maybe. I mean, I don't know. That might change. But
so because we're talking about the music and the music biopics, what is your personal preference and opinion on the actors singing the song versus actors lip syncing the song? Because when the actors sing the song, is the actor's voice, is the actor's portrayal. But when you have them lip syncing it like La Bamba, it's a little different.
Lou Diamond Phillips didn't sing those. That was the Los Lobos.
Los Lobos, yeah.
And
he's lip syncing it.
And now when he is, but from what I understand, Lou Diamond Phillips is not a musician versus, like, let's say
Austin Butler sang it.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix sang his.
Reese Witherspoon is not a musician, and she sung her songs. I thought she did a pretty good job as June Carter.
Jennifer Lopez did the Selena songs.
Yeah, but she's a singer.
Yeah.
Well,
she was a dancer first, and then a singer. Ray Charles,
Jamie
Foxx sang his songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's a singer. He's done songs.
So I mean, to answer the question is like,
what do you prefer?
I think it comes across better and more authentic to have the actor actually sing it. Now there's another one on there, and one of my favorites, and just because I'm a big musical like show nut, that I thought he did a fantastic job, and this is actually one on one of my lists. So Andrew Garfield.
Who did Andrew Garfield play?
So first off, you know who Andrew Garfield is.
Spider-Man?
Right? Spider-Man. He did a lot of other ones like Hacksaw Ridge and this and that.
Yeah.
The man sang every one of these songs, and he's from one of my favorite. So he plays Johnathan Larson.
Is that the movie Cats?
No, oh my gosh. You're from New York, bro. You should know this. He plays Johnathan Larson. He wrote. Are you a musical fan? Do you enjoy musicals?
Well, that's why I named the musical Cats, because it's such a horrible musical film.
Cats goes back to the 70s, and that was Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Cats.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said Cats.
I mean, if I had to choose a musical, it would be Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber did that, but that was Michael Crawford, but yeah, that was also pre-90s. So the one I'm referring to actually came out in the 80s. I saw the musical for the first time. I went to LA to see it because it was the only place it was done. And in the show was the first time I saw it. It had Anthony Rapp in it, and I can't believe I just had a brain fart. Doogie Howser. Neil Patrick Harris. Neil Patrick Harris played the role in it.
But how did Kumar go to White Castle?
It was Rent. The show Rent. Johnathan Larson wrote the show Rent. So in 2021 during COVID, we watched this, or just after COVID. Tick Tick Boom was the movie that he did, because it's showing you Johnathan Larson before he wrote Rent, and what made this more impactful, passed
away,
he died on opening night.
Because he worked himself so hard with stress.
And just all the trauma and everything leading up to it,
right?
Because he's trying to like emulate his gods and his musical gods and this and that, and but as far as like an actor singing the music, I thought Andrew Garfield blew it out of the park on that.
Yeah,
and if you've never seen the show Tick Tick Boom, it's on Netflix right now. Go check it out. It's a fun movie. but you also really got to enjoy musicals because
Yeah, I'm not a musical guy, but like, I
And-
mean, I liked Rocky Horror Picture Show. I thought that was a decent one.
and it's got one of my all-time crushes on it.
Susan Sarandon.
No, sorry. She's much younger than me, and that's okay. But I absolutely just love and adore this woman.
Who?
Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh, Vanessa Hudgens.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah,
she's
my age.
she can do no wrong in my eyes. I love Vanessa Hudgens.
She just got knocked up. She did do wrong. Actually,
Oh.
she was going out with Elvis Presley, Austin Butler.
Austin Butler.
She was dating him. But yeah, so I'm not a real big musical guy. The only musical I could say that I really loved and enjoyed was Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I'm gonna have to get you and Carla introduced into a lot more musicals.
I tried over the years. My sister is a musical nut. I can't watch it.
Being from New York,
I
I
hate
thought
it.
you would have been, or the New York area.
Broadway, yeah, no,
Broadway right there.
I went to
God.
see Spring Awakening. That was another one. I'm like,
Oh, you got to pick the right ones. I mean, there's so many out there.
No,
you
but-
said Phantom of the Opera. That was enough.
Phantom of the Opera is another one. That I
Lion
enjoyed.
King is fantastic.
Lion King is good.
The Lion King was fantastic. And
Lion King is great.
And there's just so many more out there. There's the Book of Mormon. You a South Park fan?
No. Oh no, I love South Park, but I don't know the Book of Mormon.
Well, the guys that wrote South Park wrote
Yeah.
the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, I love South Park.
So it doesn't happen in the show, but oh my God, there's just so many. The Christmas Story is a great musical. I mean, there's dozens and dozens and dozens. 42nd Street. If you're a fan of dancing, 42nd Street is up there. My Fair Lady's up there. Oklahoma's up there. Hugh Jackman was a star in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, yeah.
And you got a lot of these modern day actors, that.
Well, rewinding it back, so my musical
is
you chose Elton John. My musical would be, pardon me. My musical would be my number one for a musical choice for a biofilm is 100% Walk the Line.
Absolutely.
I bought the CD at Costco in 2005. I love Johnny Cash, but something about Joaquin singing those songs and Reese Witherspoon singing those songs, the acting, Rocky, was amazing. They were nominated for Golden Globes and Academy Awards. He won.
It got beat out by some unknown movie at the Oscars.
Yeah,
for best. I remember when we were watching the Oscars.
Such controversial
on the TV, and right from that moment, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Joaquin Phoenix did get a Golden Globe, but Reese Witherspoon did win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, and she thanked Joaquin, and he sat there and he shook his head and he thanked her because those two knocked it out the park. The acting was phenomenal. I mean, there's a scene where
the
you
whole
see
cast was
there's a
Robert
scene
Patrick's
where
in it, Jennifer Goodwin.
you actually see Elvis Presley's in the in the movie. But there's a scene where you see Joaquin where, he kind of like made out with June Carter and, she's like saying, no, I don't want this. And he's just upset. And then he bangs his head against the wall and he starts like attacking stuff. I was like, whoa, he really hit his head on the wall.
Yeah.
I just, that for me, that musical.
Well, remember when we're talking about method actors?
Yeah. Method acting.
I think Joaquin Phoenix is embracing that.
Oh,
his method acting. So yeah,
the T-1000, the father of Robert Patrick, and I loved it. I loved all the music. I love the acting. It's still like if that movie's on like right now on TV, I could sit down and watch it.
I'd watch it.
Watch it from beginning to end.
I mean, there's
that's
so
my number
many,
one.
I mean, there's so many pivotal scenes in that movie that really kind of like for example, like one of the ones that really was when he first recorded the song in the studio. Remember the first one where he goes up to the rec producer, and they start singing that gospel song, and he goes, I'm sorry, I can't record this music.
I can't take it. I can't.
Yeah, and then he goes, if you had one song, if you were lying out in the street,
dying.
you were hit by a car and you were dying, and you had one song to sum up your life on this earth, the one song to sing the Lord above. You're telling me that's the same old Jimmy Davis song that you would be singing, that we hear over and over again. about God saves and right? You know,
he actually did eventually record that song. It was in his. It's like I was there when Jesus saved me.
And then Joaquin goes, "Do you have anything against the Air Force?" And he goes, "No."
Well, I do.
He's all, "I do." And then that's when he led into his song, and that's what really kind of like took it off. That to me was a pivotal scene in the movie.
Yeah, because it actually I went to that place when I went to Memphis last year. I saw that
studio,
that records studio. I think it's called Sun Records, if I remember. It's very small, very historic.
Yeah,
and I just I really loved it. You know, here we go. And I ain't seen the sunshine. That's when he's singing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna choose the part where the producer was like, "If you have one song."
That's it. He's singing it to him. Like we never heard the song.
No, that's after the producer was talking to him.
Yeah, the producer was talking to him. I can't find the clip, but that's after it, where he's like, "If you have one song."
He started singing the song after
when
that.
Jesus saved.
Oh, there it is.
Right
when
there.
Jesus saved me.
They gave me the shouting.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Cash.
Yeah.
I can't market gospel no more. So that's it? I don't record material that doesn't sell, Mr. Cash, and gospel like that doesn't sell.
So is it the gospel or the way I sing it?
Both.
Yeah, that's such a great scene. You know, and yeah, you're right. Like he told him, he goes, "What do you got?" And you see in the movie when he's in the Air Force, he wrote Folsom Prison Blues.
Did you ever see the extended cut version of that movie?
Yeah.
And so it's there's a lot of other really cool scenes in that in the extended cut because it adds like another 20 minutes.
Scenes, yeah,
it's like 20 minutes to the movie, and it's such a fantastic movie. I thoroughly enjoyed Walk the Line.
Yeah, that's
I
my
thought
number
it was
one.
Robbed from the awards, but
it's
just like Val Kilmer was robbed from being best Oscar for Tombstone.
Oh yeah. No, it's just that happens all the time, and I don't understand why the Oscars are like that. It's a popularity contest. Well, then there are some movies where the actors feel like they should have got an Oscar or been nominated and they weren't. Like, for instance, J-Lo, she was boo-hooing how she didn't get an Oscar nomination for Hustlers, but I'm like, it's such a stupid movie. Like, your acting's not throwing me like, wow, oh my God, J-Lo is in Hustlers. Like, no, it's like, you didn't deserve it. But there are some people like Joaquin Phoenix that should have got an Oscar.
Oh my God! Like I'm gonna bring up an actress. Oh my God! Well, I can't remember the name of the movie that she just did, and it was oh my God. Let me look it up. I gotta figure it out.
Well,
the actress is Zoe Saldana. So
Zoe Saldana.
So she just did it, and I think she just won an Oscar for this. But the movie itself was tanked so bad.
Yeah, it's like garbage.
There it is. It's a 5.1 on IMDb. It was such bad ratings, and it won the Oscar. It was called Emelia Perez.
Oh yeah. You know, I remember that.
Because it had Selena Gomez in it, but that movie won the Oscar, and I think Zoe won the supporting act or the best actress for it. And I just heard, I personally haven't watched it. It's on Netflix. I did watch the trailer, was not impressed with it.
Yeah.
But this movie won the Oscar over others. I was like, are you kidding me?
So I'll give you my my non-musical one, and this one was tough because I was trying to split it between Denzel. Denzel has two biopics that he did, and they're both fantastic. One has a little too much of the liberty of extending the drama, and I had to cut American Gangster. I love it. Such great lines and dialogue. But too much of it was not really accurate. A lot of it was exaggerated. Here's a crazy part. All those cops in pardon me, that worked out in Newark, out of the I'm not okay. So Union County is different. I'm trying to remember the name of the county in it's not Essington. It's called something else. Essex. Okay. So the Essex County police, the prosecutors, my father worked. So as they were retiring, my father worked with some of those guys. And one of the guys is the RZA's character that was working on the electricity and tapping into the phone lines.
Okay.
My dad worked with him.
Oh, nice.
So as he was like retiring, my dad was working with some of those guys that got Frank Lucas or was hearing about all these cases. But I would choose American Gangster, but I have to cut it. I can't put it as my number 2. I had to replace it with another biopic that Denzel did, and that would be, of course, you have an idea? Malcolm X.
There you go.
Malcolm X. I think his acting was phenomenal in that. I don't think he won an Oscar because we're talking about the Oscar robberies. That's why I'm bringing this up. I do not believe he was nominated or received any type of Oscar portrayal or that movie for any buzz because of Spike Lee. And I think it was controversial if I remember. But,
I think that was also a time because you're talking what
early 90s.
It was what 92. So unfortunately back then I still think a lot of black actors and directors and just entertainers really at the time were being lowballed and not winning some. Not winning some of the awards that they could have. I
mean, nothing against Al Pacino. He lost the Oscar to Al Pacino for Sense of a Woman. I love Sense of a Woman. That's such a great movie, especially with you were talking about Chris O'Donnell in our previous episode. But I really think he should have won it. I really think he transformed himself into Malcolm X. I really enjoyed the movie, and when you compare archival footage and speeches and the overall chaos of the shooting and everything, I thought it was well done, well stylized, and that's my number 2 for non-musical biopic of an actual figure, political figure, and a real life historical figure. I really choose Denzel's performance in Malcolm X. Nothing against American Gangster, but something about Malcolm X you got to put a little higher than that.
Yeah, it definitely. I think he's just holds a lot of weight, as far as like an impact. For the community. So, but yeah, I think our lists are great. I think, but there's like, once again, when we talk about biopic movies, it's like, which direction do you go? Do you go the traditional side or do you like the musical side or
I like both,
or do you really like the really old, I mean, it just, a lot of them are period pieces and things like that. Like you can argue that, was Troy, a historical piece. So,
no,
I'm just saying, it's just.
But for you, what would your number 2 be for non-traditional music biopic? I chose Malcolm X.
I mean, God, there's a lot. It's really hard to choose because they're all unique in their own way. I mean, like for example, JFK was one of my favorites.
Oh, with Kevin
Costner back then.
Yeah,
so.
he portrayed the what's his name?
Elliot Ness. Not Elliot
No,
Ness.
not Elliot Ness. I forgot his name, but he was the district attorney in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That was going after Shaw for having an involvement in the conspiracy theory killing of JFK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a very well acted film. I thought the conspiracy theories were portrayed and filmed very nice. And the acting was really good. Back and to the left.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. Gary Oldman was in that movie. Jack Lemmon.
That's right. Gary Oldman played the shooter.
He was Lee Harvey Oswald.
He played Oswald.
Yeah.
What a great actor in that movie. Holy.
Gary Oldman's one of my all-time best.
Great actor.
I loved him in The Fifth Element.
Actually, French likes him in that romantic movie he did with Christian Slater. I forgot the name of it.
He was in a romantic movie with Christian
romantic
Slater?
movie with Christian Slater, and Dennis Hopper plays his father, and he falls in love with the stripper or a hooker, and then he goes to the pimp who's played by Gary Oldman, and he buys her. He goes, "She's my wife. She's not gonna work for you anymore."
Oh my gosh!
I forgot the name of it.
I can't even think of that one.
You did mention to me, off the podcast that you enjoyed Josh Brolin as W. You enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's I just was naming that as some of my list. It's so hard for me to come up with one in particular because I think I value each one differently for what they represented. Like, for example, when I watch Schindler's List, I look at it with a different set of eyes, like,
right,
versus if I'm going to be watching like A Beautiful Mind, or if I'm going to be watching, Oppenheimer. I do like a lot of those style movies that show like a historical moment in time,
right?
Specifically of a big event or of like somebody that was impactful of their time. So, I don't really have like a particular favorite that I would put as my number two. I mean, as far as like musical goes, I think once again,
musical outweighs it.
I think the musicals generally are more along the lines of what I'm in the mood for. It's like when I turn on the radio, right? It's like when you turn on the radio, what are you in the mood for? And me, I'm eclectic. I like a variety of movies or styles of music. Kind of the same thing with movies, I'm in the mood for like, That Thing You Do, or well, that's not a biopic, but it's a good, fun musical movie. But like Bohemian Rhapsody, I do enjoy that. I do enjoy Elvis. I do enjoy a lot of these different variety of movies. So
Ray, that's another one.
Yeah.
I liked Ray, but
we watched Selena the other day, and
Selena's good. I like Selena.
And then there's
Abraham was played well, the father,
and then there's one. I mean, this one's controversial because I loved it, but I see why people don't like it, and it was called Judy, about Judy Garland, Renee Zellweger.
Oh,
remember that one?
Yeah, that was like it came and went. Yeah, I forgot about
and
that.
One of my favorites, and I'm surprised I thought this would have been on your list, was Angela Bassett.
Oh, Tina Turner,
and what's love got to do with it?
She's my number 3.
Yeah. Oh, did she really?
She was my number 3. Yeah.
So what's love got to do with it?
I do, but the thing is, a lot of things in that movie were exaggerated, didn't happen. Like, for instance, one of them that didn't happen at all was when I kicked everybody out and then he beat her up in the recording studio and raped her. Like, that never happened.
No,
that didn't happen. But I mean, that's my number 3. But my number 1 for non-music, because I gave you my 2 for the music. So my number 1 for non-music based on a historical person, and I chose The Aviator. I really liked Leo DiCaprio's acting as Howard Hughes. I liked the style of the film, the look of the film, his acting, his accent. I really, really enjoyed his portrayal of the Aviator, of Howard Hughes. I think that was a really well done movie.
All right, that's
a Martin Scorsese film, and it shows.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, a really good list. Like I said, this one was a little bit more tougher because it's so diverse of a subject.
It is.
And I think everyone's going to have their own different opinions on what they like, what they don't like. And that goes back to what is the definition of a biopic. So,
right.
So, but anyway, I think that was a fun conversation. I hope people enjoyed what we had to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard because, what makes an actor really a good actor, and it's them studying the film and the background of what caused these things to happen. But it's like what you said, they have to dramatize some things in these movies because life is boring sometimes. You have to spice things up, Well,
that is true.
And there was a lot of James Dean ones that I didn't talk about. James Franco portrayed James Dean in a TV movie. I mean, James Dean is another one that people would portray.
What was it called? There was another one. Back in the 60s. It was about James Dean. It was called Giant.
Well, that was a movie, Giant, with what's her name? Elizabeth Taylor. Rock Hudson, I believe, is in that.
No, that was the story about James Dean.
No.
Not James Dean. What was I thinking?
No. Giant is a James Dean film, but it's not. It has nothing to do with.
Oh,
it has,
I know which one you're talking about with Rock Hudson, Elizabeth Taylor,
right?
With James Dean, yeah.
That's called Giant.
There we go, Giant.
Yeah, it's about him striking oil, and she says, "Why do I want to leave? This is my husband's land." What I'm talking about is James Franco portraying James Dean and all that stuff. But it's another thing too. Like when you want to talk about products of the times, in the 50s and the 60s, there was all these Hitler pieces, and I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna give you my number 4 for a mention, because he was up there, but it was something else about it. Do you remember in the early 90s, a very, very big movie with Robert Downey Jr.? Do you remember?
In the 90s?
In the early 90s, Robert Downey Jr. did a fantastic job in a biopic, but he didn't win Best Actor. He lost it to Al Pacino as well. So you want to talk about, Malcolm X, there was another actor that portrayed a biopic and didn't win. It was RDJ. It was Robert Downey Jr. You remember?
Well, no, I mean, I was just referring. I remember when Malcolm X came out,
right?
And
Charlie Chaplin,
and they were, well, yeah,
Charlie Chaplin.
Right. Charlie Chaplin
That's another great biopic film that my mother loved. That one,
yeah,
with Robert Downey Jr. He did another good job. He changed his accent to English, so that's another good bio film is Chaplin. But that's one of those things we were talking about in a previous episode. Can't find it anywhere. Can't stream it anywhere. There's nowhere to watch.
Yeah, that's one of those movies you definitely gotta have on a. Let's see right now. It's on MGM Plus right now.
A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own. There you go. Once again, that is based off of the actual teams.
Yeah.
So there's just so many.
So many. All right, Rocky, but that was a fun episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you want to watch Chaplin, it's on MGM Plus right now.
Yeah.
And that's a fun movie because not only it had Anthony Hopkins in it, Dan Aykroyd,
Marissa Tomei,
Moira Kelly. I don't know if you're Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
One of my heartthrob. Kevin Kline. I love Kevin Kline. I wonder whatever happened to him.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I mean, so if you guys want, drop in the comments down below. Let us know what some of your favorite movies are. That would be biopics, whether it's musical, traditional, something along those lines. Let us know. Share with us. We'd love to hear them. I mean, because obviously there's a lot that we missed.
Yeah.
Many that we didn't talk about, but definitely, we'd love to hear what you guys have to say and what your thoughts are. So, until next time.
Until next time.
Yeah. Until next time. And thanks, guys, for listening. And remember, hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. Help the algorithm. See you guys next week.
Step into my office. Why? Because you're fucking fired.